The textbook author presents to us 7 stages of organizational life. Now, keep in mind that he said we could just as easily develop 5 stages or 12 stages or ever how many stages that we wanted to develop. But the author develops these 7 to help us understand the framework of what an organization, how an organization transitions from birth to death. I love that quote in Robert Duvall's movie, A Broken Trail, where he talks about from the sweet grass to the packing house, we travel between the eternities. Well, just as individuals travel through a journey of life from birth to death, so do organizations. In the first stage, the author points out the stage of dreaming the dream. This is a time of imagination and planning when the organization is little more than an idea in the mind of the founders. This is the time when the main activities are being articulated, the vision is being presented, and folks are dreaming the dream of establishing an organization. This is the very first stage in life. This is the initial framework of organizational birth. In the next stage, the author points out that we move into launching the venture. That's when the dream begins to become reality, and the founders establish certain, operations that bring the organization into existence. The third phase is that of getting organized. Some people, this stage feels like a little step backwards, but this is when, out of the chaos, we begin to develop the way that an organization will function. The frantic efforts of a handful of people are really replaced by a more predictable way or set of activities by a growing number of people. The dream has been dreamed, the venture has been launched, and now we're beginning to get organized and move forward. The fourth phase is when the organization arrives. This is the beginning of adulthood for the organization. We have begun to make it. We have success. Success that begins to seem less attractive for its leaders than does institutional quality or organizational quality. We have arrived on the scene and we're making it. We're doing fine. And now we can begin to focus on the activities that will make us the type of organization that we want to become. The fifth phase is that of becoming an institution. Now, this shift is very subtle but very profound. The emphasis moves from doing to being. This is a very dangerous time because this is when we move into the status quo. That's kind of equip. It might be something like middle age in the life of an individual where we suddenly look up and we don't have the energy and the drive to do the things that we used to do, but we're very satisfied and very comfortable. The sixth stage is that of closing in, and this is when we really get into self-satisfaction with ourselves. Everything's laid out, everything's under control, no need to change, no need to examine ourselves. We've got it all laid out. Of course, the last stage that the author presents is that of death, that of the dying of the organization. But look at this 7-step transition. We dreamed the dream. We launched the vision. Boy, we really went to work. Things started to happen. Then we become satisfied. We're totally happy then with ourselves. And the next phase is that of death. The 7 stages of organizational life teach us that organizations move through a transition just like people move through transitions. And that from the sweet grass, which is when we first dreamed the dream, to the packing house, which is the point of death, that values and ideas within the organization are changing and that they are under transformation. The idea here is that it is born, it organizes, it makes it with hard work, then it begins to take it easy, then it becomes satisfied, and then it dies.